In our episode of Letters of Africa, reporter-turned-barrister Brian Hungwe reflects on the back of expulsion of Zimbabwe artist Thomas Mapfumo 4 persons months following Robert Mugabe's retire as CEO. Named to his fans as the "Lef of Zimbabwe," Mapfumo has long been a drawing of outcry. His piece of music was the phonogram for the struggle for autonomy, and several of his songs were after prohibited by country-owned print by Mr. Mugabe's by the government. So the crowds roared in pleasure the weekend to include the 72-year-old piece of music myth behind on phase in the Equity, Harare, following 14-year in-personality-imposed expulsion in the U.S. He played before the previous several hours of Saturday night demonstration, a profound nostalgic for his distinguishing styling of fight piece of music, named as Chimurenga, that at first obtained him acceptance for the War versus the Whites Minority Guideline in the 1970s. It is a obsessive conjunction of electrical guitar and conventional tool, in special the mbira or a big toe piano. It evokes a profound feeling of spiritualism, entrenched in folk, in lyric in the Shona tongue how are occasionally hard though for cursory speakers to know or job out their more profound importance. Up his back, the artist tweeted several of his great tracks. It is no surprise party how these were among the songs play on wireless for the days of the war absorption how led to the end of Mr. Mugabe's 37-year guideline. The dreadlocked artist said me up his gig how Mr. Mugabe just had oneself to accuse for his rushed output of office space. Corrupt practices is poor, he's anywhere. If I encounter Mugabe, I would speak him, thou messed upwards. He messed upwards, told Mapfumo, who is pen slim and whose baritone vote yet makes him a attention of focus. The Lef of Zimbabwe tiring a pot African color jacket, he frowned scornfully as he weakened behind onto a sofa, a gentle grey slim fog of smoke fume vortex about the in-chamber. He reminisced how the recent period he met Mr. Mugabe was in January 1992. I had lost to pay my condolences, he had lose his woman Sally. He was rather charming and lucky how I had go, he says. But his songs exhibiting estimated mismanagement and corrupt practices won him strong enemies how ultimately constrained him in expulsion too many decades after. This economics and policy was poor, and I had to keep, told the artist, who seldom elaborates except spurred. Mapfumo is surely a man of his convictions and it is no surprise party he is as well named as Gondanga or insurgent. The nation is now driving at rate in unexplored water, but has challenges front, he says. I came behind to be welcomed by lot potholes, roads are poor. Yet down there are lot of human beings drive pleasant cars. Yet down there are no jobs, no production, he's fair havoc. It is not fair the policy scenery how has modified. A new general has no protection to his Chimurenga piece of music, building piece of music and city notch are shaping the interests of youthful human beings. Yet the youthful were among the thousands how monitored him execute on Saturday, and his 1980s chant Pitagari Wenda, on the leaving of a policy autocrat who stifles disagreement and whose output or die should be a reason for festivity, shipped the mob in a delusion. A new path show ya, go which may, on the present policy position was interpreted by his fans as a urge for human beings to voice in the at first position Mugabe poll in July, and was so famous he play it 2 times for his comeback gig. Mapfumo is surely a man of his convictions and it is no surprise party he is as well named as Gondanga or insurgent. Down there was one Bob Gauze, down there was one Fela Kuti. And down there is just one Thomas Mapfumo, he said me. Musicians are agents of changing, they should say out via their piece of music, actions and speech. More than on Zimbabwe position Mugabe, Mapfumo has not go household to remain, acknowledging how the US is now his other household. Love lot Zimbabweans, his consumer expectations front of elections are top. Yet, he strikes a mention of cautious. He's nice the is a new start. We can just include expect for the next, he says. Poverty reduction, joblessness, bad roads and corrupt practices do me patient. Down there is no cash in the banks, human beings are compliance cash at household. They must be aimed as quickly as probable. We wish to see considerable changing there, not which has been event. More than letters of Africa.